and provide you with the knowledge and the skills that you need to become a teacher. And so we're really happy to have you here. We're one of the premier colleges, and we've been serving our students for over 90 years. In a few years, we're going to be celebrating 100 years of educational excellence. And so hopefully you may be graduates, you may be alumni by that time, but we're getting close to that. But we're happy to have you with us, and we want to provide you with any questions that you may have. We're the only college on campus that offers an associate's degree through to a doctoral degree in education leadership. We're the only college that has a doctoral program at all. Hopefully in the future that will change, but right now we're the only ones. And so you could be with us for a while and end up with your doctorate as you before you leave, before you really get finished with Arkansas Tech. But we have great students for you to learn and work with as well. We have they become excellent teachers. Our students are sought after by public schools in Arkansas and all over the nation. If they find out about you, they want you. And so that's not a bad place to be, is to be where you can be wanted by other superintendents of schools in the state of Arkansas. So with that being said, I'm going to introduce you to each one of my people that are participating today, and then they're going to share a little bit of something about themselves. In a minute, I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and then we're going to provide some opportunities for you to ask some questions. They're going to actually give some overviews, 4 of them will, about their areas, and then we're going to provide you with opportunity to ask us questions. So, Dr. Carter, would you please introduce yourself first, please?
Sure. Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Tim Carter. I'm the Associate Dean in the College of Education. I'm also what's called the Interim Department Head of Curriculum and Instruction. So the way universities are set up is universities have different colleges within them. So you have something called the College of Education, you have the College of Natural and Health Sciences, you have the College of Business. So you have different colleges, and every one of those colleges have kind of an overall boss or leader. And so the dean is the overall leader. So Dr. Bean is our overall leader, and then I'm the associate dean. And then within the department, we have different departments. So we have 4 departments within the College of Education. One is the Department of Health and Physical Education, and one is Department of Curriculum and Instruction that primarily works with teachers. So we've got those 2 departments. And so I'm one of the heads of one of those 2 departments. And so within that, you also have people who direct different programs within the department. So we have a couple of our program directors here from different departments within the college that can help you with questions you have, and some faculty to help you with questions that you might have about what you're wanting to major in and things you want to know about the teaching profession. So I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Pedersen for a moment. And then Dr. Pedersen, you can turn it over, and then we'll just keep going.
Thank you, Dr. Carter. Good morning. I'm Rocky Pedersen. I'm the Department Head of Health and Physical Education. And in our department, we have 2 programs. We have HPE Teaching Coaching, which is for those individuals who want to become public school K through 12 physical education teachers. And also we have an HPE Wellness Science program, which is more of a generalized program for people who might want to go into the fitness profession, who might want to be pre-physical therapy, occupational therapy. So we have those 2 programs in our department. And I will hand it off to Dr. Deborah Murphy.
All right. Hello, I'm Dr. Murphy, and I am the director for the elementary education program. So if you are an elementary education major, we covered grades K through 6, and you get a comprehensive background on everything. We, of course, as elementary people, do all subject areas, and you are trained in methods for teaching, math, science, social studies, reading, and we have a lot of reading courses, and our graduates get hired all over the place. They really like the graduates from ATU And so you are very marketable. We also have some other things that we have with the College of Education, as far as there are some organizations for our students, and we just are really looking forward to having you here. So I will turn it over to Dr. V. Carol Smith.
Good morning. This is a very unique way for us to see all of you all because we can't quite see you. But what I want you to think about is, who did you have in middle level when you were in middle school that stands up in your mind? Did you have a teacher that was absolutely wonderful for you? Because middle grades can be a very, very tough time. So if you have that teacher, you can now become that teacher. Because if you would like to be a middle level teacher, you would teach grades 4 through 8. And the thing we like about middle level is you still get to focus in on a particular content that you like. And if you come in with credits, which most of you will do, you're able to focus on maybe 3 different content areas, which makes you very, very marketable. Also, Dr. Murphy talked to you about organizations. We do have the SNEA, which is the Student National Education Association, but we also have the Collegiate Middle Level Association, and that's made up of all the middle level students. And at that meeting, we meet on Monday nights. We may be meeting virtual this year, but we will meet. And we have principals, and we have superintendents, and we have teachers who come and talk to you about being a teacher. And it's a lot of fun. They're a good group. They're very close knit. They're tight. They will always have your back. You will have them in classes. They share with you what's going on. And it's really just a really good group and a lot of fun. So if you've not chosen your major yet, I'd love to talk to you more about becoming a middle level teacher. I was a middle level teacher. I was a middle level principal. So there's never a dull moment. Every day is different. So welcome to the College of Ed. Thank you. I will turn it over to Mr. Pete Kelly.
Hey, good morning, guys. I want to welcome you virtually. Again, I could be more pleased to be here this morning to talk to you about what I do at Arkansas Tech. I'm one of the faculty members in the Health and Physical Education Department. I also oversee the HPEWS Club, which is the Health and Physical Education and Wellness Science Club. We have about 90 plus members every year that attend our conferences that we go to, and we're very much involved with school activities that are nearby and helping out with a variety of things in various school situations. So it's a good way to get introduced to the school surroundings that are nearby, but also make an impact with our club and be more connected with our department. Again, I teach a variety of classes from entry-level classes all the way through to senior level. And I really enjoy helping students be successful. Just last week, I had a phone call from one of the area athletic directors wanting to hire one of our majors as a potential coach. And it just worked out that he got hired from that conversation. So I'm very pleased to be on that end of it. And again, welcome. And if I can be of help to you at any time, please let me know. And I will turn it back over to, I believe, Dr. John O'Connor.
Good morning. I teach in the Health and Physical Education Department. Primarily, I work with little kids. I teach assessment, and my area of specialization is adaptive physical education. So I teach future educators how to work with kids with disabilities, both in the schools and in the community. I teach disability sport, how to modify games and activities so that people with disabilities can participate. And that actually comes in really useful more and more as we see more kids with obesity, heavy kids coming into classes that can't participate. So I think that more than anything else in my teaching, I show people how to use creativity to make the impossible or the unlikely very achievable for kids. We get a lot of kids that come in and say, well, I can't do that, I can't do this, I can't do that. And your challenge as the teacher is to figure out a way they can do that. How can you make them successful? And that's kind of the orientation, the philosophy or approach that we take towards physical activity for children and youth in public schools. How can they be successful? And I think it goes back to Dr. Bean.
Thank you, Dr. O'Connor. Thank you, everyone, for that brief introduction. Does anyone else have anything else they'd like to say before I'd like for us to meet our students that are with us today? Does anybody have anything else they want to add right quick? Okay, well, Nicholas, since I know you, I'm going to let you go first. Tell us a little bit about you and what your interest in education is at Arkansas Tech University.
Okay. Well, hi.
And tell us also let us know where you're from.
Okay. Hi, I'm Nicholas Carter. I just graduated from Russellville High School, and I plan on doing elementary education.
And he does have a connection. His dad is the associate dean.
Yes.
Okay, Sabrina, tell us a little bit about you, please. Welcome, Nick. Thank you.
Well, I'm Sabrina Billy. I serve as the Assistant Director for Transfer Recruitment in the Office of Admissions here at Arkansas Tech.
Okay. I knew you looked familiar, but I thought, is she a student or not? I'd rather be safe than sorry, so I didn't want to leave anybody out.
No, that's fine. I still get that pretty often, so even in my mid-30s.
Well, my suggestion is this: enjoy it while you can. It's strange.
I am. Thank you.
Savannah, please tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, and what your interest is in the College of Education.
I'm Savannah. I'm from Greenwood, Arkansas, and I'm looking into doing music education, but I'm also looking at possibly testing into other subjects.
Okay, good deal. Isabel.
Hi, I'm Isabel Casey, and I'm from Beebe, Arkansas, and I just graduated from Arkansas Virtual Academy.
Okay.
And I wanted to go into the College of Elementary Education.
Okay. Welcome. Thank you. Jeanette?
Hi, I'm Jeanette Garcia. I just graduated from Clarksville High School, and I am going to study elementary education.
Okay. Thank you so much. Welcome. Lena?
Hi, I'm Lena Huber. I just graduated from Lead Hill.
Lead Hill, okay. What's your interest area? Do you have a major selected yet? Elementary, middle, HPE? Lena? I guess not. Well, maybe she's trying to figure it out. Well, we don't want to take up all the time this morning. We want to provide you with any answers to questions that you might have, burning issues or anything you want to know. So please, somebody ask us a question, because trust me, we're full of answers. If we don't know, we find out somebody who does.
We just got
Aslan
Young back, so.
Okay, good. Aslan, we've been introducing ourselves. Tell us a little bit about you, if you would, and what's your, I think we lost her again. Well, if we get her back, maybe we can find out. Who has a question? Who has a burning issue?
Dr. Bean, Aslan just made it in.
The A disappeared, so I thought, wait, where'd it go? All right, well, Aslan, tell us a little bit about you and where you're from and what's your interest.
My name is Aslan Young. I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana, and I am majoring in elementary education at Arkansas Tech.
Okay.
Well, welcome.
An out-of-state girl.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm curious, how did you find out about Arkansas Tech University?
At the beginning of the year, my high school, they had a college fair, and Arkansas Tech was actually at my college fair, and that's how I found it. I kind of actually really fell in love with it, so that's the school I chose to pick to go, and I think it was a great choice for me to pick.
Well, I do too. We think you made a wonderful choice, actually. So, what makes you want to be an elementary education teacher?
I love working with kids. I've already done a little bit of teaching because my school, they offer this program. It's called a teaching profession programs. And I've already done like internships with like kindergarten classes and stuff. So I kind of really fell in love with it my senior year since I got to do that. And it's just something I want to do for the rest of my life.
Oh, good. Well, that's what we want to hear. We're like dedicated people. And that's the thing is that, most people become a teacher for a reason. And they've got a connection somewhere. They may have had someone in their family that's been a teacher before, or like you, they have had a desire to work with young kids, because every teacher definitely wants to make a difference. That's one of the reasons why we're a teacher, and that's any one career that you can make a difference in is being a teacher, is to do that. So we like to know that as to what sparked your interest in that. So who else here, why do you want to be a teacher? And
Are you talking to me?
If you don't want to, no, anybody, if you don't want to say it out loud, you can put it in the chat room, and Meredith will let us know what it says. So Aslan, thank you so much. And I don't know if you saw Meredith or not, but she was clapping her hands about you being recruited because somebody was at your career fair at your school. So that means it's working. and actually, Shreveport's not that far.
It's not. It's only a 4-hour drive, almost 5 hours, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, and it's interstate most of the way.
Not
quite all, but most of the way. So good. Who else would like to share? Why do they want to be a teacher? Nicholas, why do you want to be a teacher?
So I was thinking about being a teacher because I've been working with kids a long time, just through refereeing soccer games and also being with them during church and just different events and stuff like that. And I just really enjoyed being with them, and I feel like that's where I should be, is with all those kids and helping them learn basically like who they are and how they can better educate themselves moving forward. And I feel like if I could do that at a young age, I will succeed a lot more later in life.
Well, I totally agree with you. And there's something else about something that's needed in our elementary programs are more male teachers. You're kind of a unique group, and so you're going to be a very sought after teacher because of that, one, that you're male, and that then you're in elementary education. If every grade level, it doesn't matter what it is, every student is seeking that person that they can make a connection with and have that role model, because you can't, I'll be shocked if you were to tell me that there weren't some teachers in your lives that made a difference for you and that you know exactly who those people are. And so it's very important that you want to emulate those people that affected you. And what's even great about that is that you're probably going to be even better because you've seen teachers, what you like about teachers, you think what you don't like about teachers. So you're going to be a mixture of all those and be even at a better level. So that's, and I think, did Isabel, she comment something?
Yep, Isabel shared that she's always been great with kids, and her favorite teacher was her first grade teacher. So she wants to spread more creativity and inspiration to the children. So that's
fantastic. Deborah, Dr. Murphy, is that what you like to hear?
Yes, it's so important that our students, when they go out and become teachers, are able to make connections, true connections with the children that they're working with, because without that connection, they aren't as effective as they possibly could be. So it's always good to hear that our future teachers enjoy being with children.
Right. Oh, yeah. I highly recommend that. That's kind of a important criteria to have, that you need to like kids, students of all levels, even teenagers, because if you don't, then you're in the wrong profession. And we've had those teachers. I've had some that I thought, oh my gosh, why are you a teacher? But and something kind of sparked me with something that y'all were saying a while ago, is that what you said, Dr. Murphy, about making a connection. It's important for you to be, while you're in college, to make a connection with everything that you do, to be active, not just be a student, but become a well-rounded student. You need to participate in external extracurricular activities, and we have student organizations within our college that will help enhance your educational program. There's other student organizations on campus. I believe we have over 100 registered student organizations that you can join, of all different factions of interest areas. And so I encourage you to be connected, to be committed, and to participate in activities. And to also, here's a key element to success at Arkansas Tech: check your tech email. Don't rely on your home email, because every communication from your teachers, from the university, is going to come through your tech email. They don't care what your Google address is, or your what's another one? I can't remember. Gmail address is, or Hotmail, or whatever. You're going to get communication through your ATU email, and you need to start checking that now. Don't wait until you get here on campus. So that's one piece of advice I have for you. What other questions do y'all have? Anything else like somebody'd like to connect us to why they want to be a teacher?
I would like to ask a question.
Okay, good.
Are there any ESL programs for English second language at ATU at Arkansas?
Arkansas Tech.
Yeah.
Yes, we do have that. Are you interested in that as well?
Yes, ma'am. My ultimate goal is to become an English teacher in Germany, teaching like first graders.
Oh, wow. Okay. So why Germany?
Because my aunt lives there. My aunt and uncle, they were stationed there for the military, and they've lived there for like 7 years. So I think it would be good to be close to a part of home.
Well, this actually, last year, we actually had developed a new program of international internship. Now, we had 14 students this year that were supposed to go to Austria to do a month-long internship. We had 7 that went last summer, but because of the virus, nobody got to go. So we do have that area, and it doesn't matter what area of what your major is. So that might be something a lot of you might be interested in as we get a little bit farther down the road. Dr. Carter, would you like to add anything else about that?
Yeah, we've had a couple of different international opportunities presently. One of those is Austria. So we had 7 that went, not this summer, but last summer, and spent a month in Austria, taught in the public schools, worked with faculty there, and did a lot of work. And then this summer, as Dr. Bean said, we were supposed to have 14 that were going this summer, but that was canceled. We've also had a pretty strong working relationship with a school in Cameroon, Africa, where Dr. O'Connor, who's on the screen right there, just visited a few months ago. And he and another couple of professors and some elementary ed students wrote a curriculum for this school for students with special learning needs in particular in Cameroon. In Cameroon, they do not have a lot of specific help for students with special learning needs. So this school has several students with autism and some other learning disabilities that they wrote a curriculum to help. And so there are quite a few opportunities like that have been developing within the College of Ed over the last few years.
I'm going to add one thing to that, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Yesterday in a study away session, one of the education students was actually on, and she's one of the ones who studied in Austria, and she raved about it. So Aslan, if you're interested in that, you can send us an email and I can share with you that video. And she talked about her time there, and it was really cool experience. So
I will do that. I will love that. Thank you.
I know at least one of those girls that went though that first trip was English second language and elementary education major.
Dr. Bean,
Yes.
if I could butt in, I do
so.
know that the Department of Defense school system does offer opportunities for student teachers in their overseas schools. So, so I'm sure they'd be willing to do short-term observations, you know, if Tech isn't ready to do a full student teaching experience.
Well, that definitely something we might need to look into for sure. That sounds great.
Dr. Bean, I am curious about how many of the students on the screen. I heard someone say they were from Greenwood. Aslan said she had taken a course at in Louisiana. How many of you have done a teacher cadet program, an intro to teaching program at your local high school?
I have. Well, you already.
Okay, so Aslan did.
Savannah.
Go ahead, Jeanette.
I have. I also have.
Did you? Now you did yours at Greenwood. Is that correct?
I think she was at Clarksville.
Clarksville.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't write that down. So you had Miss Johnson there in Clarksville.
Yes.
Okay. Did you enjoy that? Did you feel like it was beneficial to you?
Yes, very much. I enjoyed being in the classrooms and being able to see how it worked from the teacher perspective.
Okay. Who else has done that? Who was
Savannah just
from
messaged me that she has.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we've had more.
Isabel said she did too.
Oh yeah, we've had more and more of our students that have participated in the intro to education classes at various high schools around the state. And so that's just something I was curious about. That seems to be becoming more and more popular. I'm glad you found it beneficial. I was just curious.
Jeanette, did you come and visit our campus with your group?
Yes, I did.
So we met you then, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, good. And you still came back. That's a good thing. What other questions that you might have? We're really, you know, knowing this about you really makes us excited to have you because I feel like you've got a solid foundation of what you want to do. You know, there's a lot of students that come to college and they think they pick a major, but then they may change their mind a few times, which is okay. You don't want to change your major your junior, senior year. If you think you're going to change your major, you know, do that in your first or second year because your basic first and second year are basic general studies. In some cases, you know, you're not going to lose a whole lot of time and money if you change at that point in time. But once you get on up in your junior, senior year, you really want to think about what am I doing and why do I want to do it if I want to change my major. So that's not exactly a strong point. We want you to get in and out of here in 4 years and not be on the 5 or 6 year program. What questions do you have?
Students.
What?
I have a question for the students. Has everyone registered already?
I have.
I have.
I have.
Isabel said she has.
Good. Because if not, I was going to say that's a good topic that we can talk about how to do that. Just so y'all are aware, the College of Ed can be a huge resource for y'all on how to plan your schedule. If you have any questions about that, throw those out. These are your experts right here.
Right. And if you did take a high school course, you know, aren't most of them, if they're connected to us, then I think that should be counted as credit towards your, if it was a concurrent credit. I'm not sure about the out-of-state one, but it's certainly going to help you in your knowledge base for sure. But I know, Jeanette, yours was yours for college credit?
Well, even if they did it through UCA or through UA4.
Yeah, right. But I'm just saying, you know, that was a concurrent credit, Jeanette, was it?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, it was. So yeah, Isabel, was yours? No. Okay. That's okay. Not required.
But I also want to say, if you did take concurrent credit, you might want to come talk to one of the education people, in addition to your advisor at the advising center, because we need to kind of work things out so that you aren't having to take extra courses just because of hours. So if you're in that situation, I highly advise you to come talk to someone, myself for elementary, and I'm sure that Dr. V. Carol Smith and any of the upper level people would be willing to work with you. But don't just walk away from the advising center, but come to us for that more specific information.
Yeah, and it's a little bit harder right now since we're not on campus. But if you want to know, names, you see names here on the screen for us right now. But so like Dr. Murphy, look her name up, and she can. Her email is like really easy. It's dmurphy@atu.edu, and most of our
it's actually dmurphy7.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well, I'm glad I said that then.
Yes.
Once I get it my address book, then I don't think about it again. But yeah, dmurphy7. But you can look at it in the directory on the tech A to Z area, and look up anybody's name and address. Because what you're going to have to do now, we're not going to be on campus until at least August the 3rd. So if you need to contact anybody, you need to do it by email. But they answer their email. They're involved in summer school. So I think we had somebody else pop in.
Yeah,
someone named Kendall. Kendall, what can you tell us about you and what area? Where are you from? Where are you from, and what's your interest area?
I am from Rogers, Arkansas, and I am secondary speech and theater education.
Great, another secondary person. Welcome. So, how did you have an intro class in high school? A teacher education course?
I did have, I only took one because I was in a program called East, if y'all know what East is, and that was, I was a little bit more passionate with East in high school, and so I was either one or the other, and I was like, well, I'm going to be a teacher in the end, so might as well live with East right now. But I'm transferring from Missouri Southern State in Joplin.
Okay, good. So, are you a sophomore or a junior?
I'm transferring in as a junior.
Okay, good. Well, welcome. You definitely will be. Dr. Carter's if you got any questions about secondary ed, he can help you out. He's one of our secondary ed professors.
I did have a question though. I don't know if this is useful or not. So the past semester, I went to school, but I was working at an elementary school. And I have a lot of professional development that I had to do, and I have certificates for that. Do I use that at all? Or can we use that?
You mean for course credit?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Not unless it's connected one of your courses, course credit wise. But now here's how you can use that is when you start to look for a job, you definitely want to put that in your portfolio.
Okay, awesome.
As experience. So the more experience you have, whatever you've done like that sets you aside from other people of extra things. So, and I know one of our others was a music ed, is a music ed person, but she's interested in other areas. So, one of the way the secondary ed works is that your advisors, you're going to have two advisors. You're going to end up with one in your content area, like in music or in speech, but you also will end up with an advisor in the College of Education for your education part. So our content people are actually split out for the secondary to those content areas. For example, I'm still the business education advisor. So anybody that's wanting to major in business education, I will be their advisor. And even though I'm the dean for the College of Education, I used to be in the College of Business. Long story short, I'm here now, so things change. But and I still have about 10 people in the College of in the business education program. What other questions do you all have or concerns? Dr. Carter, do you have anything you want to add secondary ed wise?
with secondary, with elementary and middle level, your advisor, Dr. Smith, is the advisor for everybody in middle level. In elementary, Dr. Murphy is one of our advisors. There's 2 or 3 there. In secondary ed, you'll have your content person. So if you're music, drama, speech, you'll have a content person. And then you'll also have somebody from the College of Education. Right now, that would be Dr. Shelley Hanna. And so she would be the one to help you in secondary education as a secondary ed advisor. So you have a couple of different advisors there. Okay, I think you saw the note. There's just a few minutes left. So if you have any questions, please ask them. We try to keep things well organized so that you can see things on the website and advising and get things pretty clearly. But if you have questions, please let us know. We'll try to help.
If no one,
go ahead.
No, I was just going to kind of wrap
I was just going to say, one of the things that you're going to find in the College of Education, that it doesn't matter who you ask, you're going to hopefully, well, it's expected that you get service excellence, that you have someone that's going to, if you don't know where to go, someone's going to be able to tell you who you need to talk to. So you can just ask anybody. And if they don't know, they know who will know and be able to guide you to that person. And here's another positive thing about the College of Education. When you graduate, even though you're secondary ed, all of our education majors will receive a starfish pin at the point of your graduation. We have a special ceremony that we give out a card that's related to the starfish. If you don't know about the starfish story, Google it, the starfish story, because it lets you know how someone made a difference in someone's life, which that's what a teacher is all about. So we have a special pin that's been made, a lapel pin, that we give our graduates, and with that story. And so that's something that you can look forward to with that special ceremony at the end of your completion of your degree. So we're really pleased to be able to offer that to our graduates. What other questions do you all have?
Looks
We're
like,
excited to have you all.
Yeah, super excited. I'm excited everyone's registered already. Everyone's getting their stuff done and all that fun stuff, ready for fall. So on that note, I'm going to kind of wrap us up. One of my reminders was to register. So y'all have done that. Check that box. So the only other thing I really wanted to share was look out for an email from the Office of Admissions. We are rolling out an app this week called Go to ATU. It's specifically for students going to ATU. It's a way, we'll be able to answer some questions there. You'll also have some quick information there, but most importantly, it's for students to connect with one another. So all of the incoming class will be available in one place, so you can meet more friends. Your education majors, y'all can connect there. So it's a good place before you get here in the fall to kind of make some friends. So wanted to plug that, look out for that. Other than that, thank y'all so much for attending. And thank you for the faculty for answering questions and being here.
Great. It was a great session. I appreciate everybody joining in, and we look forward to meeting you face to face.
Thank you, guys.
See y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.